Voltage. You can follow us live on YouTube. You can also join. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want to be the program as we go. You can also live here to join the conversation to share your opened up in a big WhatsApp message just in case you can speak where you are at the moment. All right, I'd like to welcome you to the program today from Edo State to Lagos. There has been new drama and of course updated drama from the week ago or the year ago. There's always something to be connected from the past that's happening today. So I would like to get you all caught up on that. So let's look around the dailies this morning and see what we can gather. On the Daily Post today, school feeding video. Oka residents demand enlarged probe and finger board members. And from the look of the picture that we are seeing, it's not fantastic. All right, the videos that have gone round, they are not good. All right, you might want to find that video for yourself and check it out and see why the residents of Oka and of course the parents to these school children are probably demanding this level of probe, which I believe too many establishments, uh, agencies and groups in Nigeria deserve to be probed and audited and checked in Abuja court yesterday, but of course it was the higher bellow to the EFCC himself. All right, more of that in our investigated stories this morning. Now, moving on, the Nigerian Senate admits error in removing CCT chair, Danladi. Okay, this who knows why. Did you know that from yesterday we got news that the Port Harcourt refinery has, of course, for the people to rejoice because why, you may ask me, it doesn't make any difference because here is someone, Tony Cole, saying that if so why are you telling me this? And I can tell you for free that the idea venery has resumed production has been received very badly by the Nigerian people, with people asking questions because we've been fooled before. You know, with the Nigerian Air that turned out to be a lie refinery. So sometime earlier this week, the Dangote Group told us that they were reducing the price of fuel for the sake of the people. And as at yesterday, Port Harcourt Refinery has resumed production. Well, from over here, we will continue to watch. Strike. ASOP set to shut down polytechnics nationwide. All right, so even up until now, nobody has decided or felt it necessary to actually look into these constant strikes uh, between our education sector and our medical sector, because like every other week, either of these two agencies or these two uh, are always going on some kind of strike. And for good reason, if you ask me, because their claims are that they haven't been paid the things that they are owed by the government. And we are hearing billions, billions and billions that these governors are presenting as budget. And we have heard of tripled allocations and security votes and all of that. One wonders where all of this money goes. All our governors are all invested very dedicatedly to infrastructural development. It sounds really doable because why the infrastructural projects in Nigeria never seem to finish is because every incoming governor or every incoming government needs to invest in infrastructure, and that is why the job is never done. It's never finished because the next person needs to do it too. So maybe there's something else to gain from investing massively in just infrastructural development in states, as we have seen our governors embark on. Nothing about humanity, nothing about welfare of the people, hence their silence. With all that's going on, with policies shifted left, right, and center, the CBN, as at yesterday, has increased the interest rates again. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it is true. But now we have these policies breaking the backs of the people. Some of you are even overtaxing the people. Even with the economic crunch, it's biting us in the behind. And these governors are quiet. Some of them are not even helping or trying to subsidize the situation in any way. They are not helping with transportation. They are not helping with reduced taxes. They are not helping the people. All we have seen is heartbreak and silence mostly. And of course, as at yesterday, we have also seen an imposter syndrome where we are told that our experiences are not real because as at yesterday, apparently 6 out of 10 of us now have jobs. And the out of school children are probably non existent because, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, we have made some really massive economic uh, uh, we have hit some crazy heights in economic achievement. Apparently, our GDP is amazing, up by 3.40 plus percent, and our unemployment rate have decreased in 4.40 plus percent. So these numbers are coming out. The media is watching. The people are watching. We are wondering, did these people get jobs behind our backs? What are all these POS operators who are our graduates, whom we never ask what happens after we churn them out of the universities every other year? Around this country, thousands of Nigerians are certified to begin to become responsible, to begin their lives. There are no jobs for them, and nobody asks whatever happens to them because this year, another set would probably be churned out before the year is over. So we are graduating these people in numbers and nobody ever asks what happens to them. Have you ever seen anybody hiring? Some of you that have lived in Enugu for a long time, you've been here for a while. When was the last time? Where was the last time that you heard there was vacancy for jobs in Enugu? Some of the new industries that are coming up in town, we are hoping that they actually get to hire people, or we might just wake up one day and realize that, oh, they've already hired, and we don't know who these people that they hired are. We have seen such things happen here, even at home. So we are wondering, when is it going to get to the people? When is it going to become the people's turn? Is it ever going to be the turn of the people? Anyways, let me take you away from the Daily Post. Let me take you straight to the Vanguard News this morning and see what is good over there. Vanguard always seems to not give you what you want at the time. I don't know who. Does anybody still read the Vanguard these days? Okay, so let's move over to the Premium Times and see if they are better. Okay, let's see what we can grab there. Alleged 110 billion naira fraud. EFCC confirms Yahaya Bello's detention ahead of scheduled arraignment. So it's all about Yahaya Bello and the EFCC from last night and this morning, and I guess this will continue till we find out what it is exactly that's going on. They are still just alleged fraud allegations at the moment, so we will have to wait and hear what happens in court today and see if he's really going in for this or he's not going in for it. We'll find out. Okay, moving on. Senate, I told you before, admits errors in resolution to remove CCT chair. That is Danladi. Okay, again, the CBN raises interest rates. You can get more information on any of these headlines by just checking out, the news channels, and you can also check them out on High Voltage News on YouTube. It's all there. Okay, all of these details are all there for you to catch up on and just, be aware of what's going on. Please like, subscribe, and share. You will be doing High Voltage a really big one by commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Okay, I will quickly take you away from the Premium Times. Let's see what we can get from the Punch newspaper this morning. Looking at this, alleged 110 billion naira fraud, Bello is due in court today as ex-governor reports to EFCC. All right, haunted and executed, suspended Sanwo-Olu's aide comments and stares probe. All right, I don't know if you know, but Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has suspended one of his aides. Now, I'm going to give you details about why that young man has been suspended. As of today, he is actually supposed to be in court to answer to some of the things that he said. So you obviously cannot say certain things in government. Now, when I read you this story later on when we go to our investigated stories, I'm hoping that you would help me understand what it is that's going on and why they are trying to nail that guy so badly. Okay? Interest rate hike, Labour, OPS project higher inflation and weaker naira. So y'all keep telling us this, you know, I said it the American way, but y'all keep telling us this stuff. And nobody is interested. Nobody's telling us how to fix this. Are we supposed to sit down and watch you people throw these hikes and just throw these words around? And what are you people really doing? I'm curious at this point. Are you people dropping these statements? Who are you talking to? Are we a bunch of chickens? Interest rate and higher inflation, weaker naira. Who are you telling this? What do you want us to do? This is the Labour, for goodness sakes. If the Labour is asking me this question or telling me this, what do they want me to do? What do these agencies want us to do? What do these people want Nigerians to do? This is very sad. This is very sad. The fact that even as we are saying these things, nobody is actually trying, even in the very least, to show compassion on Nigerians. It is a weird world that we live in. We are watching every day. Nobody is actually working with the mindset to do for the people like we see it every day, despite what you might say contrary, despite what you might float out there in the media, despite all the dramas, all the propaganda, all the charades that might be played. The state of the people is a reflection of what it is that you all are doing in your different capacities. Our current state is the truth about what you people have been doing. So it's not true what you people are telling us that you are doing. We don't believe you. The trust is disappearing. You're breaking the hearts of the average Nigerian. He has no trust in this nation. You are doing this. You are not considering the young people. You come to the news, you say they are jackbuying. You say all kinds of things. You accuse them of laziness. You accuse them of not doing anything. You have Senate presidents standing up and telling an entire nation with over 150 young people and telling them that they can try to make themselves available where they see free food. In 2024, do you people actually, the God that plays a very important role in our politics, because during that time, all the religious sector in this country becomes very active. It is true. You all play a very active role in this. You stand up, you endorse, you prescribe, you preach, you teach, you comment on all of these things. You instigate people to go and vote these people in. You tell them that God is the one who have sent them. They come to your churches, to your mosques. They come to your places of worship, and you introduce them to the people. You whitewash them for the people and claim that God have sent you people to anoint them leaders and that they will represent the people. And during times like this, you remain completely quiet. And some of you are bold enough to come back and mock the people and tell them to pray over things you know that prayers do not solve. We are taking this too far as a nation. We are not doing okay. We must come to a place of truth. I will open up the phone lines right now. You can join me. I will take you to our investigated stories and tell you how the federal government is also trying to influence us into using CNG by employing the services of people like Basket Mount and Two Face and Ola of Lagos, the marketer, and a few other celebrities to go on trips around so many countries and trying to influence Nigerians into accepting the use of CNG, despite the damages we've seen in Malaysia that the CNG have caused, and the way the people in Malaysia who have used CNG for over more than 20 years are now trying their best to reconvert to petroleum because CNG have caused them and their nation a lot of damage. Are you listening to the things that I am telling you that are coming out of our nation? We are slowly becoming a joke, and it's happening right in front of us every day. Call 0706 048 5853. You can also call 0915 570 to share your views, comment, and of course help analyze some of the topics that we have read out this morning. Please remember to keep your comments clean, simple, and civil so that we don't break any rules while we are trying to express some of our feelings. Good morning to you. You're welcome. Good morning. Your name and location, please. Good morning. Welcome. 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 Mm. I am with you. I am with you. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. It is true. They have confirmed because they gave them a price, said, can you turn it down to 700? And they gave reasons upon reasons as why that is impossible. Mm. I'm so sorry.
I don't know where we will go. But I just want to encourage you for what you said. I heard you very well. Short. I just want to say God bless you.
God bless you too,
I
sir.
want to express my anger this morning so that I will not say something that they will say that I'm insulting the government.
Please don't.
I'm insulting
Please don't. You've done actually very good. You've done very good.
I don't like what is happening. God is going to see us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday. You did very good. You put your words quite right. All right. You put your words in the right way. You were as civil as possible, and that is what we preach here. You must learn to do the right thing. You can't correct wrong with wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. They say that. Okay, so you can also send us text messages or WhatsApp messages this morning, 0706 048 5853. Also call 0915 570 I told you about the aide, Sanwo-Olu's aide that was fired from his job yesterday. The government media aide to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has stated, according to facts available to him, that some Nigerians were hunted down and executed in October 2020. That young man made some revelations and now he has lost his job and the Lagos state government is suing him for saying those things. Good morning to you.
I'm Mr.
You're welcome, Charles.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Where are you calling us from today?
Afibo.
Ooh, you traveled. What happened?
Afibo in Ebonyi State.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Talking about the Port Harcourt refinery store.
Mm-hmm.
That's good news to me.
Okay, could you explain?
Well, when we talk about affordability and availability.
Okay.
At least now it is available. Affordability is a secondary issue. You know, they say they just loaded 200 tanks. They're building 200 tanks every day.
Mm-hmm.
You get?
Yes.
That means that there will be jobs for 200 people now, as a 200 tanker drivers, and if you include their conductors, that is 400 people.
Have you confirmed this? Because let me tell you,
No,
as at yesterday, that this information.
They loaded 200 trucks yesterday.
Wait a moment, because if you remember, the NNPCL, that is the NNPC Limited, has been in cahoots with Dangote. Now, since Dangote has decided to drop down the price of fuel, some marketers, from what I know, are not happy with that development. And NNPC is also not very excited about that. Now, from the look of things, with the Port Harcourt refinery, they are saying that with the availability of this product, that the price will not come down, one. Secondly, Nigerians are asking if they can actually go and tour the place for themselves and see if that refinery has indeed begun work. Do you know how long ago the government has been promising that that refinery will resume work? 1966. 1966, monies and resources have been poured into that place. We want to know.
I get where you're coming from.
We want to know.
I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
Since they said that they'll be refining 1.4 trillion liters every day or something like that.
They said that. They said that. It's one of the pecs of the new Port Harcourt refinery. It's going to churn out more fuel than we've ever seen before.
That's the angle I'm coming from. Let it be available first. Then we'll not talk. The issue of affordability will be secondary. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
If the refinery in Port Harcourt is working, but there are refineries in Port Harcourt, one is 6,000 barrels a day. The other one is 150,000 barrels a day.
Mm-hmm.
If they are all working, if the one in Warri, one is about 120,000 barrels a day. You know, and the one in Kaduna, if they are all working, that means that people will be going there to load fuel instead of this importation we are doing now. And when the fuel is now in all these refineries, the price will suddenly come down. That is just the truth.
You believe this?
I believe it.
You don't think it's a little bogus?
What it will take is time. You understand?
Okay.
Dangote is there doing his own. He would be forcing his own price down little by little. The people are also important. Are you aware of that one? But the problem I had was the issue of all the refineries in Nigeria being shut down. Dangote having only a monopoly. That was
okay. I also hear that. I understand where you're going with that.
So
yes.
People have this one now running.
Okay.
Looking 200 trucks. As I heard it today, daily. They know 200 trucks. That means that there will be trucks. I can't have a tanker now and I'll be paying a tanker driver for being idle. Now the tanker driver, the owner of the tanker will pay the driver, pay the conductor. That means that 400 people will be earning money. If that's what they said is true, 200 trucks every day.
You see how there's always that glitch? If what they said is true, we've had federal government lie to us before with the Nigerian Air. It was heartbreaking to realize that it wasn't true.
I just want to be positive, you understand? Let it just be true.
Okay.
Let it be available first. Let it be available first. Because if even in Nigeria, if you go to Medellin, I've been to Medellin a couple of times from years back. If you go to Medellin, you won't see fuel.
Okay.
Even when fuel is available in the southeast and south. Because I've lived in Jos. You get? There are times in Jos you won't see fuel. They buy black market, even when there is fuel in the southeast. You understand?
Mm.
So let it be available first.
Okay.
Then we talk about affordability.
Okay.
That's a little bit of good news. Thank you. Good morning for having me.
All right, Charles, thank you so much for calling into the program. I also understand what you mean by it is very welcome. No, nobody's saying it's not welcome. Nobody's saying it isn't welcome. The issue is we want it to be true. We want it to be true and we want it to come back to us as something good. Not telling us, because if the federal government or the NNPCL or whoever is in charge had told us and said, listen, if we begin to produce and we're producing this much, right? Over so amount of time, within a period of time, we're expected to see a certain level of reduction. But you are saying that it is impossible. You do not understand what I'm saying. At this point, I don't necessarily care what these people are doing now, because there's always something going on. This is what I say. The government is always busy doing something. What I'm asking is, okay, what's in it for me? What you're doing, what's in it for me? What's in it for you? What's in it for Nigeria? That's what I'm asking you. I'm not asking because these jobs, these 4,000 imaginary jobs that Charles, you just spoke about. Do you know what will happen in this country if you employ 4,000 people before the end of this year? Do you know how much joy you would have created? Do you know, when we use these numbers, we forget that these are actual numbers that are realistic. 4,000, if you create 4,000 jobs in Nigeria this day, today, you will see an upliftment that will blow your mind. So that's the part where I'm coming from. It's not these imaginary numbers that are being flown around by some people. The only time these numbers are real are when they are actual money. You realize that these are actual numbers and they are realistic. But when it comes to people, they are thrown around. They tell us, oh, we gave a palliative to 600,000 Nigerians. We gave millions. We never get to see these things. They never come right back to us. That's what I'm worried about. But I also like the fact that this is taking away monopoly from Dangote. It sounded weird that we had one man trying to give us our oil and making sure that we had it in this country, and we left it solely to one man. If the Port Harcourt refinery indeed has begun functioning and has begun production, then perhaps it's time to talk about price reduction, because what we will not do is try to normalize this 1,000 naira business. It's not the right thing. I've heard arguments upon arguments as to why we should be paying that much. We should not on any level be paying that much for our petroleum. We should not. All right. So I think that these issues should be addressed and looked into by the people in the right places, right? Let's see the messages we can grab from our YouTube this morning. All right, someone said, Venom, do you know who Trevor Henderson is? I think I do. All right, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you, everyone on YouTube this morning. Your comments mean so much. OG Bobby Johnson. Okay, your stream keeps freezing nonstop. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me see. Sam Onyekwere, Nigerian politicians are not scared displaying their mathematical magic with public funds. No consequences, and they say Nagodo and give thanksgiving before their religious leaders. Sam Onyekwere, you are keeping note of what's really going on. That's what we get to see here. We wish that we were actually giving thanks to God because we have done the right thing. I don't know why we're so performative around here. Africa in general, we're very performative with the things we do. I mean, if you do a good job, you have a very good reason to go and do a Thanksgiving. Why do a Thanksgiving when there's nothing to be thankful for? What's the point in that? Such a waste of everybody's time. Because you would have wasted your time doing a Thanksgiving over something you're not even getting any joy from. But if you had done a good job, that's the thing. Even the good books say that when you give yourself the praise, it doesn't make sense. It is other people who would see the light of your God in you and praise Him, God, and everything. But here, we give ourselves the praise without even doing the job. Do the job. Go to your Thanksgiving. Give whatever you can to God. Somehow it gets back to the people. That part I get. But you must do the job. This performative, pretentious way of running things, it's not helping us, because whether you lie about the GDP, whether you lie about the interest rate, the employment rate, all these lies that are floated on the media, no matter how much of that you tell, the reality, come down here and see for yourselves. check yourselves, truly check and see if what you're receiving back from your states, without applying meanness and wickedness or turning your back on the people, you will realize that the poverty is encroaching on the people. None of you is thinking about how to subsidize anything against this Christmas season. We've not heard. But you people are going to spend money, organize Christmas shows for people who have not fed themselves. I'm watching you people. Some of you are preparing how you're going to even take and swallow more money this Christmas season in the name of organizing Christmas fairs and Christmas shows for people who are hungry, people who are looking for food to eat, people who don't have transport fare, people who don't know what January 2025 will look like. We know what Januaries look like on an average day, but seeing what 2024 felt like, one can already do a mental picture of what January of next year is going to look like. So where is the sympathy for the people? Where is your love for the people? These people that you spend your life savings, you spend all of your resources trying to, according to you, because when you campaign, you swear with your life that you love the people, that you are here for them, that you are here to represent them, to make their lives better. And now you can't even give feedback. Yesterday, it was a runaround for some people to even give feedback about the budget that was being presented. It's not fair. We can't get you people to talk back to us. We can't get you people to listen to what we have to say. It is not fair. This is calling on all angles. I don't know what you people need Nigerians to do so that you can understand what is really going on, or how badly it is affecting your constituents and your indigents and the people you're supposed to take care of. But I'm telling you right now, you could take a walk down the streets and see for yourself how much we have deteriorated as a people. The hopelessness in the streets, the emptiness and the lack of faith, and there is no hope for the future. The young people in this country are looking very flabbergasted. You can see it on their faces every day. They don't know what to do. You're raising interest hike. You're raising electricity hike. There is hike everywhere. They come out to the business that they are able to start up for themselves. You tax the living light out of them. Where are they supposed to run to? The banks are not safe. There are no easy access anywhere. You have deteriorated the money so completely, it means nothing. So people take their pay, they don't know what they're going to do with it. Because for most civil servants in this country, the pay goes to debt and then they have to borrow more to continue the month ahead. So the people who work in this country are borrowing to pay their lives through. And you have the nerve to tell us that the GDP is high? You telling us this? You have some evil companies even declaring massive profits more than they ever have in their history. Good morning.
Memphis, good morning.
I greet you.
Justice for my mom.
I greet you.
It is in this country that they told us that the Nigerian Airways is now working. And we believe them. All to know that all these things we realize. It is in this same country that the government is telling us that the Port Harcourt refinery has been rehabilitated. And how do we believe that?
I'm wondering too.
Let me tell you, the government is not paying costs. They are not
Tell me.
Transportation.
They are not what?
Paying any cost.
Okay.
And there is no transportation to and fro.
Okay.
Well, should go to area. If this is true, that is about fuel should come. If they are saying now the refinery is working now. You people are not paying anything. You are not paying for this. You are not paying for that. There's no need to subsidize again.
Okay.
Fuel should come down to the barest minimum. If this is true, you can't tell us that when you were subsidizing fuel that fuel was 600 naira. Now that you are not subsidizing, fuel should be above 1,000 naira.
Yeah.
It is. I don't see the mathematics in
But
it.
they are trying to normalize this 1,000 naira or even above it. If you look,
It should come down once the refinery is working. Unless they are telling us that what they did yesterday was go through the back, bring us some gallon, open a tap, and tell us that the refinery is working.
Which is not too much considering our experience, with
Yes.
this kind of things.
This kind of thing, considering this, so they should reduce the cost of fuel. It's a thing of joy that the refinery is working, and it will also, the joy should also be full when the prices of fuel come down to what is supposed to be.
That is to be expected.
To be expected. So that is how this should be done. It's not that you tell us that at the end of the day everything will be forced. It is in this country that a special advisor to the president were showing us pictures from China and was claiming that Buhari was working. You are aware, Ololito Onochie. You are aware of those things, so we don't believe them. We want to see reality on ground. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my good man. Have a great day. Thanks for calling in. You can still join the program. We have barely 10 minutes before we have to shut it down this morning. 0706 048 5853. Let's take more messages from our YouTube page. You can join us as well. It's High Voltage News on YouTube. Okay, so let's take Samuel Query. He's saying Nigerian politicians are not scared. Okay, I think we've taken this one. He has another. Yahaya Bello's arrest is just a skit. Wow. EFCC just wants to distract the public from their suffering. Emefiele and Governor Okowa court cases are Nollywood movies too. The judiciary produce more movies daily. Okay, this is cringeworthy, and it's cringeworthy because it's at this point, you don't even know what to believe in this country anymore. Like, this is a real thing. Do you know that Two-Face Idibia, all right, Two-Face Idibia, Ola of Lagos, and a bunch of skit makers and influencers have been contracted by the federal government to go and do CNG quality check in India and see if it is safe, it is bulletproof. Like they have like entire videos going on, sponsored by federal government. This is better to do than to take care of the people. These are sad. You understand? When you read these things, you come across these stories, sometimes you want to sweep them under the carpet. But I'm here to tell you that just like foolishness, when it overruns a certain course of time, it becomes a normal thing. For some reason, we have made peace with certain things that we hear around here that we don't even bother ourselves anymore because, it's like usual, it's normal. But I promise you that some of the things that we deal with here and we go to bed comfortably hearing them are things that will upturn a normal place. Like, you don't tell people some of the things that Nigerians are told on a daily basis. I told you yesterday, I reminded you how animals at some point started having access to our money as well. Like, snakes were embezzling our money because at this point they couldn't catch the snakes. The snakes disappeared with the money, so it was an embezzlement of some sort. We've had monkeys rob us in this country. We've had rats, cause an entire renovation of an entire house in the village. You've not understood what I'm saying. The stories that come out of here are unbelievable. They look like make-believe. They sound like something you would hear in a children's fairy tale book. But they're being told to real people here. And the sad part of this story is that we have an election coming up in the next 2 years. And it is so unfortunate that from what we've seen happening in Edo State, in Osun State, will soon happen in Oyo State, will soon happen in Anambra State, because I've been saying this Anambra State conversation and everybody's keeping quiet. But it is very, very likely to happen. And you know that it's true, that it's very likely to happen. And if it does happen, and what is actually in the oven takes place, because the APC are doing their job as a ruling party by trying to take over the entire country as they would. Because don't forget, PDP once enjoyed that monopoly too. So the APC are doing the natural thing that a political party that is in power would do. But speaking of PDP, where are they today? Are they playing opposition the way APC was able to play good opposition and take government away from them 2019? Can they do that? Is it time for the PDP to shut down completely? Because we heard rumors yesterday, because allegedly Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and El Rufai are working on something, a new party. There's been a name released called the Alternatives. We've seen that. These informations are out there. But the truth is, how will it affect us? Would we make the same mistakes we've made before? Have we learned our lessons as a nation? Are we learning? We're seeing young people who are also looking out for themselves, going on CNG campaigns instead of telling the government that this is not the way to go. We would have expected these influential people that have been sent on this CNG adventure, we would have expected that they would have some conversation with the government on how to better the general existence of Nigerians, considering that how we're doing is not so good, considering that we are not faring so nicely. And if you are an honest person, this is not how people make long-run plans or make long-run arrangements for the future. This is not, if Igbo people want to make, they say this is not the leg that the car will go to Aba with. The legs we are throwing out are not the legs for a long-distance trip. We're walking like people who are going to shut down in the middle of the trip because we are not prepared. If you break down the young people in Nigeria, what other future does this country have? If you all gather monies that you're not going to be even alive long enough to enjoy, and you shut this whole place down, what is your legacy then? What have you achieved? What will be your story? Because I don't think this is very good at whitewashing. So some of you will come out very terribly when it's all over. And you would say that the young people, they are rude. They are not respectful. But you must remember, I will speak this in Igbo for the sake of the comment I am going to make. The elders of this country must realize that their actions, because you cannot continue to blame them. You use Gen Z. There will be another one. The ones that are coming are Gen Alpha. And these ones, we don't even know what they think of us yet. So all of you, all of us must remember that we will be remembered for all the things that we have done, all the actions that we will account for each and every one of them. Maybe not here, perhaps somewhere else. All right? But we must know that the legacy we are leaving, the picture we are creating for the people who are coming after us, we cannot be surprised at some of the things that we would see in the nearest future. This is probably where I will have to shut it down this morning. I want to thank everyone who's called into the show this morning. And on the YouTube channel, everyone who's joined us this morning, I want to say thank you very much to all of you. All right? Samuel Ekwe, so sad. It's only in Nigeria that politicians give thanks to God. When they rig their way to office, they claim it's God's choice. Religious leaders never question the sources of money in this country. You are going to religious leaders. Parents don't even ask. That's where we are now. Guardians, people who are supposed to be in charge, everybody's asleep. Everybody's looking the other way around. Nobody is trying to speak the truth anymore. If you speak the truth, you become the outcast in society. All right? Chukwu Emelie Chukwueke says, Sam, they use religion as a tool of oppression. Okay, so these guys are having their own conversation. Sam Onyekwe, I really, really appreciate you for commenting and sharing your views with us this morning on the program. All right, I appreciate you so much. Continue to join us. This program comes to you every weekday, Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. till 10. And to everyone who's called Mr. Charles, and of course, Mr. Sunday, and also Mr. Justice, and every other person who's tried to reach out this morning, I appreciate you. And thank you for sharing your thoughts with me this morning. I'll see you again tomorrow. All right. When you're out there today, try your possible best to be good to yourself and to the people around you. All right. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Stay chill. Good morning.